Metro Last Light is one of those games that I've been anticipating for a while, though not to the same degree as I would a Fallout or Elder Scrolls release. Metro 2033, the precursor to Metro Last Light, was a good game, and though it had its issues, it was fun enough to play through more than once just to experience the atmosphere of the Metro. For some reason, though, I was never able to get totally on board with 2033 to the same degree as I have other games, and as I think about it more, I realize that the reasons for this have crossed over from 2033 into The Last Light, though there have been some big improvements along the way as well. Like 2033, Last Light plunges you into the game with nary an explanation of what's going on, what you're doing, or why you're doing it. There's some big base in the Metro called D6, the Dark Ones have all been killed, whoever they are, and except for one apparently, and you're being sent after them for some reason. This lack of attention to the start of the story is what kept me from adoring Metro 2033, and Metro Last Light is, unfortunately, making the same mistake again. True, once you finally figure out what's going on, the story is fun, but there's not enough attention paid to it for me to feel much of any sympathy for the main characters or the objectives I'm trying to complete. When I feel more emotion for a mutated bear trying to protect her cubs than I do towards the daughter of my best friend from the last game, it's time to re-examine how the game is communicating with the player and find ways to make me feel more connections to the main story and characters. Look past this issue though, and you'll find an excellent game, filled with tension, action, and a touch of horror, though not nearly as much as was in Metro 2033. As I was alternating between pursuing and being pursued, I kept waiting for another library scene, with creatures lurking around every corner, waiting to one-hit kill me, but that classic level has no sequel in The Last Light, a fact I was slightly disappointed at. Though there is a level that will remind Half-Life 2 fans of the place we don't go anymore. What has been improved over 2033, though, is a vastly improved sneak system that gives you a real choice between killing every human enemy you meet or finding clever ways to get around them. The weapon selection goes well with this dual choice system, giving you silenced weapons in every caliber or an array of high-powered weaponry that's loud enough to wake the dead. Sound design was particularly well done in Last Light, though if you want the best possible experience, play the game with the subtitles turned off. I wish I had done that from the start. Sound is just one of the many little touches that was very well done though. And pay attention to your in-game watch, for example, and you'll notice that it's based off of your computer clock. Using your hand to clear your face mask while you're outdoors may not sound like much, but once you experience it for yourself, you'll keep doing it just to watch the water and blood streak across your vision. The voice acting, while slightly off in some cases, was pretty well done, and contributed to the whole process of slowly drawing me into the game. And that's really how Last Light seems to work. It starts off in a very jarring manner, though it quickly draws you in, bouncing and bumping through the imperfections until you're completely immersed before you know it. There aren't a whole lot of whoa moments in Last Light, but when they happen, they really kick you in the gut. The most memorable one for me was in one of the cutscenes, where you're peering back into Artyom's past and see him saved from some Watchmen by a very unlikely ally. Now this moment is key to the overall story too, so I won't reveal much more, but it was one of my favorite parts of the game by far. Moral choices were another interesting part of the game, and one that didn't seem to go anywhere. I had many opportunities to help people, and every killing situation where I could sneak up on enemies presented the choice to either kill them or knock them out. Yet, in the end, none of these choices seemed to matter to the overall story. Companions made remarks based on my actions from time to time, but the final bit of the story seemed unaffected, which was a slight disappointment. Despite a few janky animations, populated metro sections that are far too small, I mean, hey, I want to explore the more populated parts and meet more people, and some issues with storytelling and initial immersion, Last Light pulls a 2-for-2 victory started by its older brother. The heart of what made Metro 2033 fun is still there, and though some of the same rough edges have crossed from 2033 to Last Light, enough improvements have been made for me to overlook them. Coming in at $50, Last Light is a fun, memorable experience that's worth more than one playthrough, and despite the ending, I hope we'll be seeing more from the Metro universe very soon in the future. I'm Mike, this is Game Night with Mike, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more videos soon.